Hello and a warm welcome to this new YouTube channel. It's called Strickstrumpfhosen or tights. Strickstrumpfhosen means tights, woolly tights in German. Don't try to pronounce it, you will not success. Why tights and why tights for men? And what is this about? Is this a fetish channel or what? No, it isn't. I'm just an average guy. I'm married with a daughter, so if you expect some fetish things here, sorry, no. We're just talking about things for every day. Alright, who I am? I'm Mark. I'm a bit over 50. I'm originated in Germany and yeah, I will tell you my tight story later. First, why tights? It's simple. They're cozy and comfy and easy to put on and easy to put off, and because there are so many different tights, you can use them in every temperature and in most circumstances. And staying warm, it's for many things it's essential. No one would discuss it with skiing, but also horseback riding, winter hiking, things like this. It makes sense to have some tights. And why tights and not long johns and socks like everyone? Yeah, it's a little bit different. Of course, if you know skiing and skiing boots, and you know sometimes it's a little bit struggling with long johns and socks and so on. With tights you don't have these problems. It's easy, it's comfy, and a problem less. Alright, what types of tights will I talk about? It's simple. Tights like this one, these are Angora tights coming from China, not very expensive. You can get them via Amazon or eBay. I can put you the links into the description. And these are unisex tights, not specially made for men, but also very big ones. These ones are stopping right here, so this is yeah. But normally I would not wear shorts at home, but for the video, let me do it. What other types of tights are on the market? This one is a very old one, especially made for men, as you can see here. And this company is long out of the market. It was called RG, and people grew up in the 1970s or 80s will remember this. And these are special men tights, and I come to it later. These are tights from Italy. You can get them via Amazon, and you see they're a little bit more elegant and yeah, just more fashionable than the other ones. They're more to stay warm. These ones are pure wool tights, and they're very thick but very lightweight. You can see this thick one has nearly the same weight like this. So these ones are the perfect choice if you are in different climate conditions, like in the desert or something like this. They're a perfect protection against heat, but they also hold you warm if it is needed. So it's perfect if you are in different conditions. Try to find some pure wool. And the last ones, maybe you remember them. Yesterday in the video I had one for my own. These are kid tights from Czech, and they're not very expensive, and 75% cotton and 25% polyacryl, and they are very stable, not very comfy, but they are like kids tights has been all the time, and they're also available in very big sizes. Like I'm 1.77 m, and as you can see I'm not very lightweight, and size 180 perfect is perfect for me. Alright, these are only a few ones, and I got tons more and different colors. In later videos I can show you a few more. Alright, these have been the types. And why is a man wearing tights? Yeah, it's something you can say it's from history, because for women and female users, tights are not common for a long time. It's only for about 60 years. In the 1960s, the first tights for women came up, but tights for men were common from the Middle Age on. Alright, at first it has been no tights. It has been long stockings and with small bands to hold it with the top at the pants. But it took no long times, and the first came to the idea to sew together pants and the legs of the long stockings, and so the first tights have been invented. And this is something you can see it in old paintings, even in very old. You see that the nobleman, like kings and dukes and all these, has tights on, and often white ones, and so you can imagine how dirty it has been and how much they need new ones. Yeah, it was something for the rich people. Poor people had normal pants on. Yeah, so tights for men nowadays. First in Europe they came up in the 1960s, and it was nearly the same time when the miniskirt for women came up, and so women needed tights as well, and they don't bought tights so much. Much more interesting have been very thin things, thin nylons and so on. And this is a different way. And when you can see the 1960s and 70s, you can see all dads from Germany or Austria. And you can see whole families wearing tights. The kids, the parents, everyone is wearing tights. Different types. And this has been the high time of the company RG making these special men tights, and they had kids tights and all different types. This was their high time. And very funny if you see it sometimes. You see a guy with a pipe and with tights on, and the whole family in tights. So, history of tights then, for some special purpose like skiing or something like this, tights has been there all the time, but never in fashion. And then in, I guess, 2010 or 11, a few designers came up with male tights on the big fashion shows. But out of New York, London or Paris, you never could see a guy in tights. Yeah, it was more for the fashion shows than in reality. But there is a group of people wearing tights all the time, and these are bike couriers. Alright, these are the most ignored people in the world, but if you are living in an urban situation, have a look, yeah, and you will see them, male or female, very often wearing tights, because it's comfy, easy, and also secure. You can't go in the train, yeah, like if you're wearing trousers, the risk is a bit higher. Yeah. Now, we've talked about a few different types of tights, and what's my personal story. Yeah, I'm a child of the 1960s, growing up in the 70s, 80s, and as I was a boy, it was completely common and normal that kids had tights on. And for example, in winter time, you was outside playing. Yeah, kids, outside playing. You can't imagine, but it was true. Outside playing, and when you came in, maybe with wet jeans or something like this, everyone was told, leave your pants, leave your trousers at the door, and everyone ran around in tights. It was just normal, nothing special. And even in high school, the first years, it was nothing special. Then I guess was the high time of puberty, 14, 15 years old. It was a little bit embarrassing if you still had tights on, and so most switched to long johns. I hate long johns. I never wear them, and so a few years I did not wear tights that people could see it. Then the time at university, I lived in a fraternity house, and the few brothers there who lived there also knew that I wore tights in winter time, but if guests were in the house or something like this, I would not wear them. Later, in my own apartment and houses, I used to wear them just like now, alright, without chores at home, but at home openly, and this was normal for me. And then a few years ago, 3-4 years ago, or maybe a year longer, my wife said to me, "Why are you not wearing your tights openly in public?" And I said, "Oh, isn't it a little bit offensive? Maybe people could think I'm gay or whatever." And she said, "No, this is not a problem. Just try it." And then, first time in Scotland, hiking in the hills, I wore tights with hiking trousers where you can take the legs off, and the guys wore them with long socks, and I did it with tights, and I needed a little bit time, but then it has been normal for me to do it. And now I'm going out in tights with shorts, and today I've got my very first kilt, my own kilt. I've worn kilts before, but it has not been my own. But you will see some videos me wearing a kilt with tights, and yeah, now you see all these different colors. For me it's everyday clothes. This blue one here, it's a little bit offensive, this color as well, but these ones I don't wear so often, but I thought for this first video it gives you a good idea how tights for men could look. Alright, and now for this first video I'm to the end, and I'm curious. I'm curious about your stories, and I would love to hear about you. Of course, you're at a tights channel, so I guess you're interested in some ways in it. Are you wearing them yourself? Are you doing it in public? Are you doing it secretly? Is it a fetish? Is it something sexual? Or is it just, like for me, normal clothes? And I'm very curious to hear your stories. Not only from the male ones here, no, I'm also curious about female stories. So I would love to come into a dialogue with you, and I hope we see us again in tights. See you.